So for the donut pad, you're going to cut out a circle that's going to be big enough to go over the blister that you've located. So you're going to get that cut out. Probably use better scissors than the one I have. Then you're going to cut out a hole in the middle of it for the blister to be able to fit inside of. Again, probably use better scissors than the one I have. And then you're going to take it, put it on top of the blister where the hole is sitting around the blister, and cover it in PowerFlex. That should be good. First, you're going to start by putting an anchor at the top of the foot around where the heads of the metatarsals are. And then you're going to draw out your tape and start it at the pinky toe and loop around the heel and then end it towards the big toe. And you're going to do that multiple times in the same pattern, slightly overlapping each X that you make until there's no more gap in the middle between the two beginnings and the ends of your X's. And then you're going to anchor it off again. And then you're going to do that over and over again, doing little circle arches until you get to past the middle of the X. And that should be good for that one. First, you're going to pre-wrap the foot, putting heel and lace pads in front of the heel and where the laces would go. I just don't have them here for this video. You're going to pre-wrap all the way up to the bottom of the calf and about the middle of the foot too. Just cover that whole area. Then you're going to take some tape and you're going to anchor down the top of your pre-wrap. You're probably going to put 2 to 3 of those strips depending on how big the person is. Get those anchored down. And then at the bottom of the foot, to anchor that one when you get there, you're going to do it at the base of the 5th metatarsal, right where I'm feeling right there. And you're going to loop it around, tie it off there, and you're not going to tape anywhere past that. Then you're going to do one stirrup, starting from the medial side, going to the lateral side. Smooth it out. And then you're going to do a horseshoe, going from medial to lateral again, and you're going to repeat that about 3 times, smoothing it out each time. And then you're going to do some heel locks, starting at the top of the foot and wrapping around the heel, and then going back around the ankle. And you're going to alternate sides, like so. And then you're going to do that about 2 times on both sides. And then you're going to do your figure 8, which I always seem to have a problem with, but that's okay. We're going to get so much better at this the more we do it. And then you're going to tie everything off. And you're going to slowly change your angles as you get closer to the toes. You're going to first start with your tape being angled up, and then the lower you get, the more it's going to be angled down towards the toes until there's no holes in any of your taping. For the subtalar sling, what you're going to do is you're going to do the same exact thing that you did for the original closed basket weave that I just showed you. So we're just going to speed through that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take moleskin and start at the lateral end of the foot, wrapping diagonally across the bottom and then in front of the ankle. And you're going to do that twice. And the second time it's going to start towards the big toe and then wrap diagonally around the foot and then across the front of the ankle. And then right after that, you're going to put your figure 8 on and finish it off like you did the last one. For the horseshoe pad, you're going to cut out a U shape that goes around the ankle and then up this lateral side of the heel. And you're going to place it there, and then you're going to secure it with an ace wrap, doing your herringbone pattern and tucking in the dog tail, dog ear, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to continue that herringbone pattern, getting not as tight as you go up the leg, clipping it off, and then using Power Flex to secure the top of it. First, you're going to take some heel and lace pads and you're going to place 2 of them at the back of the heel, and then you're going to adhere them down with some pre-wrap. And you're going to take that pre-wrap and you're going to wrap it from the bottom of the foot all the way up to the middle of the muscle belly of the calf. You're also going to do the foot. Next, you're going to take some Power Flex and you're going to adhere the top of it as an anchor, top of the pre-wrap. And then you're going to also do the same thing down by the toes, just to make sure the pre-wrap's all going to stay where it needs to be. Next, you're going to take some moleskin and you're going to adhere it to the toes, keeping the foot flexed, and stretch it up to the top of the Power Flex, making sure that the moleskin isn't really touching the back of the leg at all. That's why it's kind of like an elastic bouncy thing going on. And then you're going to take the moleskin again and you're going to split it down the middle and take that section and wrap it around the toes. And then again, keeping the foot flexed, you're going to stretch it back to the same spot, cut it off, and then start splitting it again. And then you're going to adhere the 2 split sections right above where the pain is in the Achilles and strap it across the front of the leg. And then you're going to take more Power Flex and wrap from the top of the original Power Flex all the way until you get to about the ankle/heel area. And then you're going to do the same thing at the foot, leaving just a little bit of gap where the ankle/heel is. First, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that their hand is stiff and all spread apart as much as you can and in the right position. And you're going to pre-wrap around the thumb and the hand and just around the wrist. You can break the pre-wrap through the thumb if that's helpful for you. I found it helpful, so that's what I did. And then you're going to anchor down the pre-wrap up by the wrist. Do a few strips up until the base of the hand. And then you're going to take some smaller tape and you're going to do some X patterns around the thumb, starting from either the medial or lateral side and looping around the opposite end of the thumb, making an X pattern. And you're going to repeat that shape, slightly overlapping the tape, moving up the thumb. And you're going to do that about 3 to 5 times depending on how large the person is. You can also use a split roll of bigger tape, which is what I ended up having to do since I ran out of the smaller tape. And those strips are also going to wrap around the wrist a good amount. And then you're going to anchor off that section. And then also what you can do is you can make an anchor on the hand and then do some C-strips to just help secure your wrist even more. Or your thumb even more, my bad. Then I did about 2 of those, but again, the amount varies based on how large your person is. And then you're going to anchor that down when you're done.